I used to play Call of Duty with multiple members of OPTIC. What is up, guys? This is nalterdeeds. I figured the best way for you guys to get to know me is to do some sort of get to know me video, and rather than me just kind of rambling, I wanted to do something fun. So I put together 23 fun facts about me. I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail because I think that there's a couple of these that could be their own individual videos. Let me know in the comment section down below, once you've seen all of them, which of these you'd like to know more about. This is a good one to start with. So a couple of you know Gabby, you've seen her on streams, but she is my wife, and we actually met in Disney World. We met there when she was working there as a veterinary intern at Animal Kingdom about 3-something years ago. I actually first played Minecraft when it was in beta around 2011. So before the game actually came out, they had an alpha and then they had a beta. And that's when I jumped on the wagon with my friend Kyle, or Bait, as you guys know. Pretty fun to just say that we were part of something before it got as big as it is now. It definitely was not as intense or advanced. So around the same time I met Gabby, I was also applying to get my MBA, my Master's in Business Administration, but ended up not going, mostly just because I was dating Gabby and wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to do both. So another Gabby one, we just got married in June of 2020. We had to replan our wedding multiple times because of COVID, and even up until the week of the wedding, we weren't 100% certain if we were gonna be able to have it. Luckily we were, and we did it safely, and we did it at a reduced capacity so that we could be safe, but it was everything we always wanted, and there was a few people that we wish we could have invited but couldn't, but we plan to celebrate with a bigger gathering at some point when we can. I'm a huge basketball fan. I actually have Timberwolves season tickets, and I was there at the game when Kobe passed Michael Jordan in scoring. One of my favorite memories ever was being there for this, and one of the coolest parts about it is I'm actually in the background of the photo. It's a little bit blurry, but you can kind of tell it's me, other than the fact that I have the phone in front of my face.
What an idiot!
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be part of that picture. So the nalterdeeds name origin story. So nalterdeeds has been my Xbox gamer tag since 2010. Came about because I had around 3 groups of friends at the time, and they all called me different things. One called me Nate. There was a group of friends that called me Deeds, and then Walter, which was because a lot of people said that I looked like Haley Joel Osment as Walter in the Secondhand Lions. And so one time I was at a camp with all these friends, and we were meeting new people, and they were basically like, why do you have 3 names? People came together and said, nalterdeeds. The legend of nalterdeeds was born, and shortly got my gamer tag after that, and then got my YouTube channel. I call my nalter ego ever since. So this is something that I don't think a lot of people would know about me, is that mostly because you've never really seen me stand up, but I'm actually 6'4". I never made it to the NBA, so by some standards I'm a failure. But when I was a freshman in high school, I was actually 5'3", and over the course of 4 years I grew like on average 3.5 inches each year. That was very crazy time of my life. Every year I was a different size in like shirts and pants and all of that, and I was skinny as can be. Thankful for it because obviously it helps when I'm playing basketball, but again, you know, fell short of the NBA. So this is one that I might have to leave the full explanation for on a future video, but I once partied with Patrick Mahomes, Charles Barkley, and Deontay Wilder during the Final Four weekend.
I like to party.
Back in the day, you know, right when the Call of Duty scene was really getting started, that's when I was starting to make videos, and I bought a Hauppauge HD PVR. That was the most popular capture card at the time, unless you were a baller and had a Blackmagic. And then you had the Elgato ITV capture software. And I had those, but my videos were not looking very good. And so I actually got help from OPTIC, who helped me with my render settings in order to have better quality on YouTube. So in my sophomore year of college, I once played 2K until 4 in the morning so I could win a pair of these LeBron 11s. You had to basically get your My Player up into a certain level in a very fast period of time, and then it gave you the opportunity to buy these on Nike.com, but you didn't know what they were gonna be. And so that was the time I stayed up till 4 a.m., got the shoes, and then I went to class at 7. So I went to NBA Summer League, I think it was the summer of 19. Ran into Mark Cuban 3 times, a bunch of NBA players while I was in the Wynn. hotel. We were walking through and this mob of people was kind of walking towards us, and I was like, what's that group of people doing? Like, you could tell they were together and they were kind of like, they were on a mission, and so we were kind of like just getting out of the way for them. And as they walked by from like me to the wall, which is like 5 or 6 feet, Floyd Mayweather and his like entourage of people walked by. So when I was in college, I actually played intramural basketball with a bunch of my friends, and we were fairly competitive. We actually won the championship one year, and then my senior year, we did a co-ed 3-on-3 league. We won that, and as a result, we got to play our rival school after the Timberwolves game at the Target Center. And I have a video of me making a 3 and staring down the crowd.
Oh, make. Oh, that's dirty money. Dirty money.
If you have been on a stream, or if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you've probably met my French Bulldog Luca, but if you haven't, he's really freaking cute. He's like 7.5 months, maybe 8 months old now. And he's actually a rescue. He had a cleft palate that basically what it is, it's a hole in the roof of his mouth that allows food and pretty much anything that he could put in his mouth to go into this nasal passage, and which could potentially be really bad because he can aspirate and get pneumonia as a result, which could be really bad. But we got it fixed. We got cleft palate surgery, and it was a really grueling recovery process. Shout out to my wife for bearing the load. He's basically a normal dog now, other than he's a French Bulldog, and they're just kind of weird in general, but we love them for it. So I once had over 100 pairs of sneakers, mostly Nikes and Jordans. I've been a sneaker collector ever since, in high school. And I actually worked at Foot Locker House of Hoops when I was in college for a 1.5 years. So I've been collecting for a long time, still am, definitely not as much, but I go after the shoes that I like. I don't have 100 pairs anymore. I sold a bunch just because I don't have room for them, in total honesty, and still love them, and you never know, maybe I'll get back to 100 someday. Gabby and I actually played the T-Pain acoustic mashup as our first dance at our wedding, because we both love T-Pain, and we tweeted it at him after our wedding, and he responded with a crying laughing emoji, and that was one of my favorite moments of our wedding. This is for all my golf fans out there, and I guess basketball fans too. The Ryder Cup came to Minnesota in 2016. I got some tickets to go on the final day of the tournament. As we were walking around, I walked within 10 feet of Michael Jordan, and he was smoking 2 cigars, 2 stogies. You know, if you watch The Last Dance, he's all about his cigars. Definitely on my bucket list to have met Michael Jordan at some point. And while that was not a formal greeting, I'm gonna say that was close enough. So I have a bunch of older Call of Duty videos. If you haven't already seen those, definitely go check them out. The standards have changed since those were uploaded. But I went through and just kind of wanted to go down memory lane and notice that a bunch of big name, some were big at the time, some are big now, YouTubers had actually commented on my videos. So definitely go search some of these out. But FaZe Hugs, Toy Soldier, Small Beans, Dubsteps Cinema, Matt HD Gaming, and a few others. I definitely knew about some of those at the time, but I went back now and I saw these verified checks and I was like, who are these people? And I'm like, wow, that's pretty crazy. So this is a fun one. I was actually on Twitch before it was Twitch. I was there for Justin TV or Justin.tv around the same time. It was pretty just innovative. The fact that you could live stream your games. Like before that, it was pretty much uploading to YouTube and editing and the whole, it was all that. When I first heard about it, I jumped over there and it eventually became Twitch. And we all know they're big now. So Gabby and I actually did long distance for 2 years between Minnesota and Florida. Before she moved to Minnesota, we saw each other on average once a month, either her flying here or myself flying there. It was actually, we both enjoyed it, but you know, the goal of long distance is obviously to not be long distance at some point. I have actually sold sneakers to multiple NBA players. You guys know Luca at this point. He was actually famous, and I say famous in quotes because I don't necessarily consider myself famous now, but he was famous before I ever was. On TikTok, my wife runs his account, and he, as of the time of recording this, he's got over 55,000 followers, and we were just about to hit 1 million likes. So if we're not there yet, definitely go get us over the top of that. And if we already did hit 1 million, let's get to 2 million. Back in the day, I'm living in the past a lot with these, but maybe I peaked in high school. I used to play Call of Duty with multiple members of OPTIC. Not the competitive team, or I guess maybe a couple, but mostly non-competitive, more so just like the YouTube team is, I guess, probably what you could call them. But yeah, that was pretty fun. And last but not least, this is actually a good one to end on because, so Mr. Beast was, you know, the biggest shout out I think you could probably get when I first started my channel. I actually did get a pretty significant shout out from Gold Glove, who I was a huge fan of. I still am. I still follow him on Twitter. He actually just had a kid. And he featured me in one of his videos, which is still up on YouTube. Maybe I'll link that in the description so people can check that out because it's pretty funny. He featured me when he had, I think it was like 40,000 subscribers, and now he's got millions on YouTube and Twitch and all that. So I think I gained like 600 or 700 followers from that, and I was like absolutely just the happiest I'd ever been at the time. So I guess I have gotten lucky twice, but I'm pretty sure my luck has run out. So that's the video. I hope everybody enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. I thought this was a more fun way of doing it. If you guys want to hear any more about some of these stories that I may have talked about but didn't go into a whole lot of depth, I'd be happy to do so. Just please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're not. Hit the notification bell because sometimes you won't get notified when I upload videos otherwise, and that will at least help ensure that happens. I'd appreciate if I could connect with all of you on all of my different platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, even our Discord. The Discord's been popping off recently. It's been a really good time there, and it's definitely the best place to connect with me on a one-to-one level if you'd like to do that. So I'll put the link to that in the description. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and I'm gonna stream later tonight, and I hope you have a great day.